You guys like that? You guys like that? I like that. I like that. All right, let's use this today. All right, everyone. Hello and welcome back to Learn English Through Current Events. My name is Neil Humphrey from Dream Tree English, and I'm very excited to come back to you guys with another video. In this video, we are going to be talking about the UFC. The UFC. What is the UFC exactly? Well, I'm going to tell you about it in today's video. All right, guys. So you may be familiar with sporting events such as the World Series of baseball or the Super Bowl for American football. But what about high-level championship events for fighting, for boxing, for jiu-jitsu, for wrestling, for all of these things combined? Well, we have the UFC. Now, what exactly is a UFC? Let me give you guys a definition. So the UFC stands for Ultimate Fighting Championship. And like I said, this is like the best of the best. The best of the best come together to fight in the UFC. This is the top fighting league in the United States, if not around the world. Okay, this has become very, very popular over the years. So let's talk about what exactly is the UFC. What do they do in the UFC? Okay, so the UFC is basically a fight league, okay, of mixed martial arts. Now we say mixed because there are very different fighting styles. The athletes don't just box, they don't just wrestle, okay, they don't just kickbox. They use all of these different elements to combine into a fighting style. And that's what we call it, the mixed martial arts. Okay, so for example, these are just some fighting styles. These are not everything, okay, but we have karate, we have boxing, wrestling, kickboxing, jiu-jitsu. We probably have a bunch of other different styles that I don't know about because I'm not a mixed martial artist, but I'm pretty sure they take bits and pieces of this and that and they combine it into their fighting style. So the UFC is basically a mixed martial arts fighting league. Okay, so when you watch the UFC, or if you've ever watched the UFC, you've probably heard these two terms. If not, the next time you watch the UFC, listen out for these two terms because you'll hear them a lot. So number one is the fight card. So the fight card is basically who is going to be fighting at this event. It's basically a menu of fighters, okay? And on the fight card, you have two different types of fighters. You have the main event. So these are the two most popular fighters that are going to fight on that night, okay? At the time of this recording, like I said, we're going to be talking about UFC 278. So let me refer to my notes. UFC 278, we're going to have Kamaru Usman fighting out of the United States. He has a fight record, okay, of 20-1. That means he's won 20 and he's only lost one. And he is fighting, the person he's fighting is called an opponent. An opponent, okay? His opponent is Leon Edwards, and he's fighting out of Britain, out of England. His fight record is 19-3, which means he has won 19 and he's only lost 3. So these fighters are pretty equal in fight record, okay? So another thing you're gonna hear when you're watching mixed martial arts UFC, you're gonna hear something called a fight purse. You hear this a lot in boxing. So what exactly is a fight purse? Well, a fight purse is basically the prize money. How much money are these athletes going to get at the end of the night? Obviously, of course, the winner is going to get some money, but also the loser also gets a piece of the fight purse. So you'll hear these two a lot when you listen to commentators. Okay, you'll hear something called fight card. Okay, you also hear on the fight card, like I said, you'll hear main event, the main fighters, but you'll also hear the undercard. Undercard means everyone else, everyone that is not in the main event. They're called the undercard, okay? And you're also going to hear about the fight purse, the prize money. All right? And I want to leave you guys with a question today. Are mixed martial arts popular in your country? So where I'm from in America, boxing is popular. Boxing is really popular. We have a bunch of fighters, Mike Tyson. You guys know Mike Tyson, famous boxer. Evander Holyfield, famous boxer. But what about your country? Wherever you're watching this from, let me know. Is mixed martial arts popular in your country, or are mixed martial arts popular in your country? Because in America, in Japan where I live, it's very popular. Japan is a home to many different fighting styles such as, karate, aikido, kendo, judo. So in Japan, it's very popular. Where I'm from in America, it's also very popular. So let me know, in your country, is mixed martial arts, is it popular? Is it something that people go to watch? Let me know. Let's talk about it in the comments, guys. And that's it for today, everyone. So again, to leave you guys with some vocabulary, we have the UFC, the Ultimate Fighting Championships. Okay, we also have mixed martial arts, which means different fighting styles combined into one. We also have the fight card, who's going to fight on that night, the menu. Okay, we have the main event, we have the undercard, and we also have the fight purse, the prize money, how much money these athletes are going to walk away with at the end of the night. Okay, everyone. So that is it for today's show. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, thank you guys for watching, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Okay, take care. Talk to you soon.